So last night I made another page and yeah, let's dig in. So what we are going to make is yeah, so much is going on with this one. Alright, so the meaning is that we have two flaps. One flap moves up and then we have room for photos and even a little pocket. Then we have a flap down and then we have these two flaps up, and so we have a pocket underneath but also two little flaps for little pictures. This is just an option. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I did, so so we're gonna try that out. And so that's the top, and then the bottom is almost the same. This one left right and also a pocket, but then this way, and then we have a flap up, and then we have this one and this one, and then we have two pockets. Alright, that's a lot, and I don't know if the end results are the same. Oh yeah, and then on top, because I thought this was boring to see, perhaps, and this is just an option, that I probably gonna make a window pocket to put your photos in underneath here. But that's an option, but I already made those, just perhaps. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, let's dig in. Let's start with a base page, of course. We need a base page, and the first thing that I like to do is measure the middle of our top flap. So this is the base page, but where we are going to work on. So I am gonna see what the middle is. That's here, and I do like having some space from a ½ inch in between. I do like that opening. You need the space, otherwise it does not flap that nice if this is too close to each other. So I definitely want that little groove inside here. Alright, so now the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna measure this page. Now it's brown on brown, so I'm gonna lift this up just a little, and I'm gonna stay away again a little millimeter away. Now I need a few of these pages, so I'm gonna cut right away 2 pages, so I have right away more than one. Okay, now we need to score. Let me grab the small one right here on my left side. Alright, so now the first flap that I'm gonna make is the top flap. So the two that goes out. That's the first one. And that one needs to be higher than the first flap. So I am gonna make a groove extra. So the first, we need to make a hinge of a ½ inch. And then we're gonna make a 1/4 extra. So we have the space. Okay. Now I'm gonna fold the first part, that is with non-hinge, non-extra groove, and I'm gonna measure till the first line that I made. Alright, now I can cut this, and then I can fold down that extra fold line that we just made. And now we have that extra groove. And if we place this on here, we still are at that first line. Alright, so I'm gonna add that on the page. Alright, so I'm gonna, perhaps it would be nice if I have something under here. It's easier for me to see. Alright, so I'm just gonna start on the edge right here. Nice and straight. On the top, here we go. That's that. That's the first one. Okay, the first base with a 1/4. Alright, now we're gonna make another one, of course, for the other side. Exactly the same. Also 1/2 inch and a 1/4. Again, I'm gonna make that mark. And this, sometimes that does it. Wait just a second, I'm gonna make another fold line. Sometimes this scoring board does not score that straight. Okay, just make another one. Yes! Alright, now same thing here. Make a mark at this mark right here, so you do have that 1/2 inch opening. Okay, are you still with me? And now I can fold that other fold line, so we have another expandable flippity flop. Okay, put some glue on, put it on. There we go. That's that. That was not too difficult, was it? Alright, now open this up. Now the next one is the next page, and it, as you know, it's the same size as this flap, so that's why I already cut one out. Now we're gonna make another flippity flop of a 1/2 inch, but this time we are gonna make a 1/8 expandable groove, extra fold line. Okay, I can make on the other side right away too. So on the other side I do score a 1/2 inch, and but then this time just 1/8. Okay, fold it, open this up, and place this against your first mark, and then I'm gonna stay away at least 2 millimeters away from your first line, the first fold line right here. Stay away, guys, stay away from your first fold line. Alright, cut it. And now you can fold that other piece. There you go. Put some glue on. now we are gonna place this on that mark. Perhaps just a little over that mark so we don't see that mark anymore. Place this nicely straight with your other one and then burnish it down. Alright, so now we have one flap with a 1/8 and we have one flap with a 1/4. That's how it looks like this. Okay, cool. Now make the other one, of course. We already folded. Well, no, we already put the score line in. Now I'm gonna fold it. Okay. Where is my mark? Where is my fold line? Stay 2 millimeters away. And cut. Okay, that's that. Let's make that other fold line ready. There we go. Put some glue on. Oops, not on the inside, of course. On your mark, just to cover it up. And let the page be your guideline. And here we go. That's that. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that's the base. The base. Are you still with me? Is it still doable? Yes, I think it's still doable. Alright, next step. Okay, next step is you gonna use the first flap, and that's the largest one that moves up, and the other one goes down. So on here we are going to make 2 flippable flaps, which makes us possible to create more pages, more activity and fun. Alright, so first thing that we need to do is, of course, make I'm gonna make this a millimeter smaller than the original, so that is the size that I want. I'm just gonna check that out if that's the same size at the bottom. Well, let me just do one first. Okay, so I am gonna cut one here, and of course we need another one. So I'm gonna make a mark. Yeah. Brown on brown is even harder to see than black on black, that I can tell you. But anyway, alright, so I have 2 pieces. Let's make a flippity flop. Let's fold it. And I don't want these pages to be too long. I definitely want a, let's say a 1 inch shorter. So now that I already scored these, now I can cut these down 1 inch short. You can measure, but you know me, I don't like measuring. So I'm gonna cut right away these 2 pages, same size. Okay, let's cut these shorter. And there you have your 2 pages, which are 1 inch shorter. Alright, so just glue them on. One at the top and one at the bottom. Well, actually one on the left side and one at the right side. So, but Okay, so I'm gonna start in the top corner, so at least I am away from my fold line right here. And then the other one. Also start at the top, nicely straight. Everything straight, yep. Then just fold it down. Okay, so that is the first one. So this one moves up, and then one to the left and one to the right. Alright, now it's still not done, but yeah, you can do that right away. Well, you do have a leftover piece right here, and for those who like to know, it's 3 inches, and I'm just going to use that for the pocket that I like to go inside. So I'm going to make a score line. And of course your pocket never has to be smaller or wider than this page. So I'm just going to line this up same as this one right here. Let's make a score line, and then your pocket is done. Let's cut this a little shorter. Yep, now I do like one pocket on one side and then the bottom piece on the other side, but that's totally up to you, what you prefer. Alright, so let's make some glue on here. Let's say that I like this on this side, on the left side. Okay, stay under your page. Yep, burnish it down, and there we go. Now we're gonna do exactly the same at the bottom. Exacto mundo the same. So this one is ready, and now I'm gonna do exactly the same on this page. Do you like to see me doing that? Shall we do this together? Well, why not? So I'm gonna stay at least 1 or 2 millimeters away from that fold line. Cutting one spot, then cutting another piece. Here we go. Then I'm gonna score. Fold. And I am gonna make a little mark from 1 inch, so I be the same. And like I said, you can measure if you like, but I don't like that. I hate measurements. I always do wrong with measurements, so I like my marks. I'm the mark queen. Oh my goodness. Okay, cut this off, and then of course you just place these down. One here, nicely straight, and one on the other side, and then of course with that leftover piece I'm gonna make a pocket, but then just the other way around, the other side, just to have it a little more playful. Here we go. So, okay, so my leftover piece is going to be my pocket. Same thing here, just 1 millimeter smaller than your flippity flops. Cut this shorter. Oh my goodness, this comes nicely. Alright, I'm just gonna check which side. Okay, this is at the bottom, so for this one I need to make the pocket right at the top. Here we go. Just stay 1 millimeter away from this fold line also, by the way. That would be great, otherwise your page will not fold that nicely. Okay, that's that for these 2 pages. That was easy. Up to the next. Alright, so that is ready. Now this bottom flap, I kept it plain. Now we go to the bottom piece at all. And the first one is making 2 pockets, just simple pockets. And an extra flap on top that pocket. And then this, I thought it would be nice to have that with a closure. It does not need it, but I just love how that works. So okay, so that's what we're gonna do on the top page. It's easier for me to turn this. So on here we are going to make that. So the first thing that I like to do is, again, where is my middle? Alright, so where is my middle? My middle is right here. Okay, so you can use your leftover pieces if you like, if you have. The next thing that I like to do is stay away 1 inch of here, that top page for the pocket that's needed. Alright, yeah, you can use your leftover pieces, why not? Just use it. Use it. Stay away 1 millimeter from this fold line. Always. I can't say that enough. Stay away from the fold lines. Oh my goodness, I need to cut this straight, guys. Focus, focus. Here we go. Alrighty. So, make a flippity flip. Actually, I do need to make another one with the same side, but I will in just a minute. In just a minute. Alright, another flippity flop. Cut this shorter and then the first pocket is ready. Okay, check it out. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yep, that's ready. Alright. Now, make that other one exactly the same. Always check first your leftover pieces. This one is too small. Well, this one we can use. We even can use it. Nope, you can't. You can't use it this way, so I'm going to use it this way. Yep, I am going to cut this. Same size. Here we go. Make a flippity flop. Now what I like to do is put this first on and then just see what you have left. It must have been exactly the same, but you never know, even you make marks, you never know. So I like to add this pocket, stay away 1 millimeter off, oh, not too much, yep, that's good, burnish it down, one little tiny pocket. Alright, now we have that next piece right here, and now you can place this against the other one and then just make another mark on the end of this page, of course. Hard to see, that's actually why I have this here, so you can see my end of the page. Alright, make a flippity flop and then cut this shorter. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's finally dry outside. Oh my goodness, yesterday all day long we had rain, and this morning it still rains, but I think now finally it's dry. At least I do not have seen my hubby coming back home again. So I think they could finally continuing what they were doing. Alright, 2 pockets are ready. Okay, cool. Now we can make the flap. Let's just use this piece. I'm just going to use the full piece. And let's make a flippity flop, and then afterwards I'm gonna split this in 2 just to have nice 2 equal ones for making this flap. Now I like to have this at 2 inches. So I am gonna cut my piece at 2 inches. Yep, that is. You also can make one big flap if you like. That's also a possibility. But I'm just gonna split this in half. Scrap queen way. And then it should have made me exactly. Oh, I even can cut just a little more off, because I definitely want exactly the same size. That one. Cool. Alright, so glue it on. And I'm gonna make my pocket is my guideline. Stay away from that fold line at least 1 millimeter away. Then the other one. And then it should be that these 2 are just a small millimeter from each other, separated. Okay, nice flap up. And now it is an option if you don't like this next step, then just skip that part, of course. But I just made an extra flap on here. Yeah, that's me. Alright, so I'm gonna make, let me just make first a fold line so I can do it all in once. Okay, flippity flop, score. Then I'm gonna make this exactly the same size as the pocket. Cut it. And then I just make this the size I want. So I'm gonna make this exactly the same size as the first pocket. glue it down. And this also you could have made this also in one piece, but yeah, I just like little elements on a page. A little activity is welcome. I love that. Does not have to be always a function. I just love adding activity on a page. And it's all about having fun, isn't it? At least in my head. It sounds like fun. As many flippity flops or as many pockets possible. I just love that. So what I did with these two flaps, I made it a small millimeters smaller than the pocket. So everything flips nicely, nothing interfere in each other, so that is exactly perfect. Alright, so how is the page looking? Alright, so we have those extra little flaps, we have the pocket, then you can close this down. We are going to do that later in a later stage. And then, wait a minute, this one needs to close down. This one I keep it plain, because this one is just the in-between page. And then we have this one. Cool. Yeah, that fits very, very nice. So cool. Alright, so let's go to the bottom. On the bottom inside, which, let me see what we did in there. Oh yeah, I made that 2 pockets inside here, which we also can make a large belly band if you like, but so you also can add bigger. So that's an option. I made just 2 small pockets in here, but you also can make one big if you like. And then yeah, just a big flap on here, same as the other one, but then a big one, and those little flaps. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So again, I'm gonna turn this so it's easier for me to see. Yep. First thing that I'm gonna do is again save that 1 inch away. Always check if you have something. Oh, this fits actually pretty well. So I'm gonna cut my paper in this position where I do have that 1 inch. Well, it's about the same size. Alright, let's make a flippity flop. Because now I make it in one size, I always can split it. Okay, stay away 1 millimeter away from the edge. Alright, make another flippity flop. Sometimes I do wonder, do I go too quick with these ones? I hope I do not. I hope you can follow me a bit, because yeah, I don't have any measurements or anything. So this would be my pocket for inside. But you can split this in half, so you have 2 small pockets for a small, but you also can leave it like this. Just, well, the other one I made small pockets, and I think it's very nice to add small cards in there. So what I also can do is just split this in half, and you don't have to cut it. You just fold it in half. Like that, and then I just apply my glue, and of course, oops, not the middle. And then I just apply glue in the middle. That makes us also 2 small pockets. Okay guys, put this in the right spot. There we go. Burnish it down. And of course the middle, don't forget. Alright, so now we have 2 small pockets. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, of course we're gonna make that extra flap. Now I don't have any leftover piece. Nope, I don't. Everything is gone. So I am gonna make the same size. Well, the same. At always 1 millimeter smaller. Okay, cut it down. Then we're gonna make a flippity flop. Fold it, and then we just gonna cut this 1 millimeter smaller as your pocket, and that's that. Glue it on. Here we go. Just on top of your pocket. Alright, and now the only thing to do is those little flaps. And they don't have any use actually, but it's gonna be, I like to make a little closure for that. So I am gonna do that. So, what's the best, well, best way, always search for leftover pieces. That's the first thing to do. Alright, this one needs the same size as your pocket, of course. And then make a score line. And I always like to make my flaps 2 inches. So I am gonna cut this 2 inches. And there we go. Our first flap is ready to put it on. It is that easy. Yes, it is. It can be that simple. Here we go. That's the first flap. And now I have another leftover piece. Make it shorter. Make a flippity flop. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to start with the design paper. Oh my goodness. Definitely can't. Oh, we already did that. I forgot to cut this down at 2 inches. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bum-bum. Yes, glue it on. Cool. Nice flap. Okay guys, that is that. What I had in mind for this page. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love it. This looks like a nice tablet of chocolate or something. So much fun, so much fun, so much fun. Pocket, pocket, pocket. Because I like to make it a little closure. Closes down. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, so cool. Yeah, lots of activity. Not too, yeah, I really like how this turns out. Now for the last thing I made, well, not finished just yet. I made perhaps that's an option, to make a window pocket, to add a big picture in here if you like that. But I don't think, shall it be already too thick? I don't know. You also can make this as a nice, I think it's already nice and thick with that 1/4. So I think I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna make a nice photo frame. What do you say? I think that will do enough. So I don't think that I'm gonna make a photo frame. You never know, but for now, I will leave it like this. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so cool. So I'm gonna start, decorate, and yeah, I'm gonna do the same way as with the other one. I'm just gonna start with the one, and then I try to film, I try to arrange some of the papers ready, so the video is not gonna be too long. But yeah, some of you will always like to see me doing everything. So yeah, if you don't want to watch this, then skip this part and do your own papers. Alright, see you. Now before I go to the decoration, I was thinking about the closure, because yeah, of course we do need the closure, and I think a magnet will be nice, but I also have nice lace to do that too. So why not put this underneath here, and then you can close this down. What do you say? I think a magnet is a little bit more not so messy, if you know what I mean. I think a nice magnet in the middle will do perfect. Yes, I definitely like that. So one for the plum, one, and just gonna see, yeah, I definitely like these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this for the latest, then I still can change my mind. So I'm just gonna start with decorating. I'm just gonna start, so I'm gonna leave these, the first page I'm gonna leave it. Just gonna start with all the rest, with the white and the decorations. Alright.